convention, allow me as chair to appoint other officers to assist in the orderly conduct of the convention's proceedings. It is now my great honor to announce the following additional convention officers as recommended by the convention's Rules Committee. To serve as convention parliamentarians, House Minority Whip Steny from the great state of Maryland. DNC parliamentarian Helen McFadden. Columbus, Ohio Mayor Michael Coleman. Cassandra Butts from Washington, D.C. California Assembly Speaker John Perez. And Smita Shah from Chicago. The esteemed and wonderful Georgia Congressman John Lewis will serve as our convention Sergeant-at-Arms. In addition, my colleague and friend, New York Congresswoman Nydia Velasquez, and colleague and friend, California Congresswoman Judy Chu, will serve as the Assistant Sergeants-at-Arms. Bruce Rower, with the Rural Iowans for Obama Steering Committee, will serve as our doorkeeper. And Judy Hines, a retired elementary school teacher who continues to fight for public education, will be our timekeeper. Each of these convention officers is dedicated to strengthening their communities and our country. They share Barack Obama and Joe Biden's positive vision for change and will be important messages for the campaign moving forward. Please join me in welcoming the permanent chair of the convention, Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. Mayor Villaraigosa is the 41st mayor of Los Angeles. He was first sworn in on July 1st, 2005, and re-elected to his second term in 2009. Prior to becoming mayor, he served on the Los Angeles City Council and in the California State Assembly. He is also the former president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And I can assure you that we did not plan to wear the same color tonight. It is now my pleasure to turn over the gavel to my friend and the permanent chair of the 46th Democratic National Convention, Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa.
Thank you. Sí se puede. That's right. Sí se puede. Thank you. Thank you, Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz. I love you. Thank you for your leadership of this great party and your role in planning this convention. I'm honored to serve as the chair of this historic 2012 Democratic National Convention, where we will renominate President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden. And as I introduce as the permanent chair of the 2012 convention, as I introduce the first official to act here, Congressman Steny Hoyer, to give remarks on behalf of the convention parliamentarians. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And good afternoon, delegates. First, I want to thank my dear friend, Congresswoman W. Wasserman Schultz, the distinguished, energetic chair of our Democratic National Committee. What a wonderful leader of our party she is. In addition to the great job that she does as our party's chair, she's a close friend, a dynamic and effective member of Congress. Thank you, Florida. I am honored, ladies and gentlemen, to work closely with her. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the opportunity to serve as the 6th convention as parliamentarian of the National Committee. It's my honor to be joined in the duties of parliamentarian by 5 outstanding Americans. Helen McFadden of South Carolina, who in 1996 became the first woman to serve as a convention parliamentarian. Michael Coleman, mayor of the great city of Columbus. Cassandra Butts, a noted domestic policy advisor. John Perez, the Speaker of the California Senate Assembly, a leader in the labor movement. And Smita Shah, Vice Chair of the Chicago Plan Commission and the first person of Asian Indian descent to serve as a convention parliamentarian. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our responsibility to help the chair apply and enforce the rules of this convention. To that extent, I would advise the delegations that proxy voting is prohibited. If a pledged delegate is absent at a time of a vote, he or she must be replaced by an alternate. During the convention, the parliamentarians will be available to respond to any of your questions about the order of proceedings, the methods of voting, and the nature of the proceedings. Each delegation can call our office at any time, and a parliamentarian will always be on the podium and available for advice and counsel. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that this will be a well-run, orderly, and successful convention, and that we will nominate the next President and Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get on with a wonderful convention. Thank you very much.
Delegates, alternates, and guests, please welcome Democratic National Committee Treasurer Andrew Tobias.
This is the 4th time I've had the honor to address you as your treasurer, and each time I speak about the same 2 things, money and equality. First, money. The Democratic Party is the party of Social Security, federally insured bank accounts, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that has just been brought into being, workers' rights, Pell Grants, the minimum wage, and so much more that's helped lift the American middle class. The economy does significantly better under Democrats, and so do investors. So do investors. The stock market is up 58% since Barack Obama took office. And listen to this, listen to this. If you had started in 1925 with $10,000 and invested it in the market only in the 44 years that Republicans held the White House, it would have grown, not counting dividends, to less than $30,000, but to more than $300,000 in the 44 years that Democrats have held the White House. I favor the party that invests in the future and boosts the middle class and those aspiring to join it. I favor the party under whose leadership $10,000 grows to $300,000 instead of $30,000. Second is equality. The Democratic Party, under the leadership of Barack Obama, has dramatically improved the lives of millions of lesbian, gay, transgender, and bisexual Americans. And at no cost to anyone else. In college, I thought I was the only guy in the world who liked other guys. Later, I found there was someone else like me, exactly like me, our 26-year-old resident tutor. He and I never talked about it at the time. No one talked about being gay back then. People killed themselves over being gay. Tragically, some kids still do. But the progress we have made. Remember that 26-year-old resident tutor? 8 weeks ago, I attended that 26-year-old resident tutor's wedding. To a guy. Love that had been unspeakable 46 years ago was celebrated by hundreds of people, straight and gay, surfers and senators. In a way, it was a wedding that married my two topics, money and equality. Because that young tutor, he had grown up to become the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, Barney Frank. Vote for equality, my friends. Vote for prosperity. Vote for Barack Obama. Vote Democrat. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Secretary of the Democratic National Committee, Alice Germond.
As Secretary of the Convention, it is my job tonight to establish that all 56 delegations are in the hall. So please sign in and vote present as I continue to speak. Wow, we are a convention that really looks like America. Every race, every ethnic background. We are veterans and small business owners, nurses, farmers and teachers, artists and firefighters and factory workers. And we fight for the middle class and the American dream. And that is why we support President Barack Obama. Because time and time again, he has made the tough decisions to move our country forward. When President Obama took office, our economy was in free fall, losing 800,000 jobs a month. Since then, we have added 4.5 million jobs in the private sector. We've had 29 straight months of job growth. And President Obama has passed 18 tax cuts for small businesses, helping them grow and hire unemployed workers, especially our veterans. When others said it couldn't be done, President Obama passed the Affordable Care Act, which is already preventing the worst insurance company abuses. For the first time, it will be illegal for insurance companies to deny coverage based on pre-existing conditions, or to cancel your coverage if you get really sick and when you need it most. And when Mitt Romney said, "Let Detroit go bankrupt," our President Obama refused to give up on America's heartland and saved over 1 million jobs in our auto industry. Now our auto companies are posting record sales and hiring back American workers. So as we gather as one convention, we stand together, women and men, the young and the young at heart, gay and straight, of all faiths and creeds, from small towns, big cities, and everything in between, united by our love of America, determined to fight for the middle class and create an economy from the middle out, not from the top down. There's much work left to be done, but working together under President Barack Obama's leadership, we can look toward an America whose future will shine brightly for all generations to come. Our system has now completed the tally, and all 56 delegations are in the House and present. I'm extremely proud to report that we now have a quorum for this, the 46th Democratic National Convention, and I thank you. It is truly an honor to serve as your secretary. Thank you.